So the reason now that we're recording again, the reason that I've been saying Moses over and over again is actually a story. I was watching Bible Games 2 by AVGN today, and one of the Bible games has a sing-along in it where there's this really, really fucking awful song called Moses and Me. And I heard like a couple seconds of it in the AVGN episode. So I was like, I want to listen to the rest of this really, really god-awful song. And it's like just kind of very religious. It's about like a kid in elementary school, like trying to do the right thing with the strength of Moses or whatever. Which is actually a really weird song for like Christian music, because usually you would say Jesus, but whatever, it was a different thing. Anyway, the point of this story was I started listening to the
Moses team.
I started listening to this and I had my headphones on, but I forgot to plug them in. So I'm just sitting at my desk, and then all of a sudden, people I just like start putting on religious music, which I don't ever listen to, about like Moses, and like eventually like the song gets like 75% of the way through, and my coworker is like, "That song is really stupid," and I was like, "Oh God."
The no context.
Yeah.
And now everybody thinks, uh-oh. Those are Hector. Well, I guess we'll be up here then.
Those are Hector.
Oh wait, I didn't need that crap. I just glanced at the reviews for Dark Tower. Oh boy.
Is that the movie?
That's not working out. That's not working out.
Aww. I actually
not working out at all.
That.
But the books are so good. How'd they fuck up the movies?
It's getting pretty close to zero is what it's getting.
Whoa!
How?
Down there.
Oh, like, right. Dark Tower's been in development hell, hasn't it? Right? Like, didn't they start working on that movie a long time ago?
I think the primary function of that movie is just going to be to remind me that I was supposed to read those at some point.
They're stupid good. They're also stupid long.
I've got to get through my current collection, though.
Yeah, you still have to read your 100-page annotation.
No, I got Marty's 1,000-page copy of Cyrano de Bergerac.
Oh, that's also. Why are you reading like classic?
No.
Oh,
it's
what?
I don't know why I keep calling it that. Something's wrong with me.
Wait. I literally just said Don Quixote, and you got confused with Cyrano de Bergerac in the conversation about Don Quixote?
I don't think you said Don Quixote out loud.
I said Don Quixote, which is the French version of Don Quixote, and I don't really know why I said that.
I don't think Cyrano is anywhere near that big because it's a play.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like the movie adaptation, and the movie was pretty short, so I can only assume that the play is probably short too. Yeah, isn't that great logic?
Who needs logic when you've got whatever the fuck that was? I'm not super fond of these bounce shots. Not really.
Why are you still using them, you dingleberry?
Well, I was trying to use it in a real mission where I could hit things.
Well, that was a stupid idea.
Not really working out, though. I'm just constantly on the verge of dying. I think it hurts me is the problem.
Oh.
I think the bounce shots might hurt me, so I'm like, it's like if I hit somebody up close, it's like shooting myself with a shotgun, because they all come back at me. I think that's what's happening sometimes, because my health is going down faster in this mission than any mission ever. It feels like, and I think it's because every time I fight something, I'm hurting myself. I found the joke gun, Wander.
It happens.
Even though the 1,000 needles kind of felt like a joke gun too. It's the most badass thing ever, but it shoots off the camera.
I mean, that was probably just them being like, "Oh, dude, this like intern made a really cool gun, but it like wrecks the game. How do we balance it? Just make it impossible to aim well." Okay.
I think it's one of their many fanciful ideas of how people were going to work together in this game, as opposed to not do it at all. So like, oh yeah, one of them's going to be firing it, and the other one's going to be like, oh yeah, aim that way and aim that way.
Yeah.
And then you're going to obliterate them with
Doesn't it basically feel like teamwork doesn't exist, and we're just all kind of
That's
playing.
That's because we suck.
I don't know, man. I feel like when we play this game, it's sort of like we're all playing our own versions of this game, but it's not even multiplayer.
Oh.
Here, it kind of feels more like a Binding of Isaac race.
I mean, two of the classes are literally built to work together.
Yeah, the problem is it's just so punishing trying it that it's like, eh. Oh.
Which ones? The Aerator and the...
Aerator and the Fencer.
Yeah.
I have an entire weapon category I can't use without Wonder's help.
Yeah. See, if we had 3 Fencers plus one Aerator
like, but that doesn't make me feel powerful.
Well, no, I am actively, like, the flimsiest, well, yeah, the flimsiest class, because Bird actually has, like, the ability to avoid damage. So that comboed with having to stay perfectly still because the targeting reticle is jumpy as fuck, and if I, like, hit a blade of grass, suddenly you're shooting at me. And that's, like, super risky. Like, that one mission with all the shields that was super shitty, and we had to do it, like, twice, and it sucked. Because it was half an hour long. At one point, one of your missiles, like, looped back around and started going at me, so I, like, had to, like, panic and move it around. Yeah. Because otherwise, I was going to die.
Yeah, there was that one mission that was a shit show because you were using the worst, like, lock-on ever. It had, like, no range, and it took, like, 5 times longer.
Yeah. So that
I thought that was my gun at first, but it's actually yours in that, like, apparently the one... I didn't know this, but your original lock-on from, the first few missions had, like a multiplier on the lock-on speed.
Yeah, so, what I'm actually supposed to do is, in the future, I get, like, way faster, way better versions of that gun. It's just, that's the far future for this game.
Oh,
did it. Must continue to accumulate armor pickups. I'm already 300
Somebody
behind.
in my chat says they spend most of their time on art streaming channels. So very recently, I have some... I mean, I know plenty of people that are professional artists that I haven't spoken to in a very long time. So I decided to see what they were up to, and a lot of them run, like, art streams and stuff like that. So I went to one of my friend's art streams to just be like, hey, haven't spoken to you in a long time, want to see how you're doing. And they were like, hey man, really good to see you. Are you going to stick around for the stream? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, awesome. Immediately started launching into drawing My Little Pony porn for a commission. And I was just like, oh. Something came up. And then I left.
Oh my god.
I think
that sounds like when... That sounds like when, God, what was his name? TLE told us about his artist friends.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
We might be running into a new enemy type here. I'm having a hard time telling. Whenever there's like
Wander's quote is, "Vor is not art."
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe Vor is the purest of art.
Oh my god, I have a grenade machine gun.
Would you call yourself a voyeur?
Awesome.
No.
No. Shut up.
Hey, if you buy Vor, does that make you a purvoyeur?
No, it makes you a carnivore. Shit. I almost had it. I was like, I was trying to mix connoisseur and
that's not
vor,
how it works.
And it just turned into carnivore, and I'm like, shit. Tongue, you have betrayed me.
Up, man.
Yeah.
Carnivore. A carnosaur. A carnosaur is just a dinosaur.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, ah, shit.
There's so many ways to. There's so few ways to say that word to actually convey the idea you were trying to convey.
I know. Look, we can't all be perfect.
I don't understand the problem. There's so many spider corpses everywhere, or ant corpses. It's hard to figure out which ones are real. How did you do that, Bird?
Sweep in and take the armor from you and then leave.
Yeah, like I was like in the middle, like it just dropped next to me. And you're like, zoop.
Bird's got that shit down.
Suck it.
Yeah, it's almost like you spent the entire game with that movement set.
Yeah,
man, I am so much faster, and it's so much harder to aim.
Wait, what was
I got
that
so
bird?
much faster at moving, but it got so much harder to control where I go.
What the hell?
That building's
What the
fucked.
hell? Where are those?
Oh,
where
they're dragons.
are they?
They're like wyvern things. It's a new enemy type.
I can't see them on the I can't
Look
figure out
up.
where they are on the radar.
Look up above the buildings.
Oh.
Oh, what the hell?
You don't understand how to use the radar yet?
Yeah, but I couldn't see them because they were like specks or something.
And
Oh
now
my
they're
God.
just falling embarrassingly.
Panzer Dragoon Orta. Yeah, they're falling down and dying at like 2 frames per second in the distance, and they're like ragdolling off walls.
Ah! Oh, shit!
Those are yeah, those are straight up. Yeah, that's bad.
That's
they
fucking
just stand
stupid,
up.
man.
They just. Oh no! They. Okay.
All right, guys,
Okay. They just land and bite you too.
All of them everywhere.
Oh, I brought
That
the
is
wrong guns
so
for this. They're like
stupid looking.
Honestly, I like their models. They actually look rather cool.
All right, time to
Yeah, they
spawn the
don't fit
100
anything else
comment
they've done in
argument
this
on these
entire
videos
game, though.
about what kind of Draconid these count as.
Oh, yeah,
Excuse
really.
me, they're drakes.
I think
You
mean they're
uncultured
fictional.
fuck. Look, they don't have 4 legs. Dragons have 4 legs and separate wings.
I joked because I was going to give you shit for calling them wyverns.
Did you see that Captain Anime where the wyvern literally just landed by sticking its head in the concrete?
Yep.
That was good times.
These things are dumb.
These are the stupidest enemy I've seen in this game. That
I like
most
them.
of them,
100%
most of them
stupid
died
enemies.
before they landed.
Yeah, because I can one-shot them.
Yeah, I
They're
think.
just eating
Wow,
shit left and
what
right.
was that? They just eat shit on building. Oh, there's more.
I mean, the first
where
thing I
the
ever
hell
saw
am I
them
now?
do was eat shit against a building way off in the distance at 2 frames per second and ping pong between them on the way down. This was the plan from the start. Doofy dragons.
Send the ancient wyvern squad.
All the dialogue is like, oh my god, we're fucked. This is what they were planning all along, and we're like,
Yeah.
look at them fall.
Dun 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 dun. Slowly transitions into Benny Hill music.
No, it transitions.
Like-
It transitions to that song being played on a kazoo. No, on a recorder.
There's so many of them. My grenade machine gun can just kill them. Holy shit, that's a lot of fire, though. Good god.
Oh my god, this. Whenever I look up, there's just so many wyverns moving in different directions simultaneously all at once.
They almost.
I love when they ragdoll in midair. I call them
I
wyverns,
think these
goddammit.
things. Okay, the one frustration I have with these things is I'm using nothing but explosive weapons here. So, like, I more or less get up, blow up, get up again, blow up. Because there's just so many of them.
Grab your brush and put a little makeup.
Yeah, more or less.
Wanted to.
I don't think you trust.
In my
And
self-righteous suicide. I mean, I guess that's kind of appropriate here, considering how often these things just fly straight into their deaths.
something
Trust
about
in
angels
my
when they
widespread break aside.
I really liked that song until it became kind of like the poster child for angry furry animations. Then I kind of lost
Oh
interest in it.
yeah,
Wait,
I know exactly what
wait.
you're talking about.
What? What the fuck are you
You
saying?
never ran into these on like Newgrounds?
No!
There were tons of them. It was bizarre.
What the fuck are you talking
I love the
about?
wyverns that are flying upside down, by the way.
Yeah.
Also, I know exactly what Wander's talking about.
This
and
is the
it's
most
funny
confused
as
I've
shit.
ever been.
No,
the
I think the one I was watching was like almost like a D&D situation. Oh, not D&D, DBZ, sorry. It started with a D, but it was like 2 furries fighting each other and looking really angry all the time. And I was like, this is odd.
I thought you were just going to talk about, like, I don't know, like, AMVs or something?
No, man.
Or the raccoons?
I talk about the shit that matters.
City
Angry
of horror.
furries.
Angry furries. I mean, if we're going to be talking about dragons, I might as well go back to my homing missiles, I guess.
Yeah.
That way, as I'm firing them off, all the enemies I'm firing them at them die, and then they just careen into allies. I got my priorities in order.
See what the hell this one does.
The oldest furry animation I know of was is I saw one of the raccoons. They're playing
The hell are
Separate
raccoons?
Ways. There's just an animation of just some raccoons playing the song "Separate Ways" by Journey.
Oh.
It's a weird detail, and it's like really early animation for like internet stuff. Like it's where it's like kind of basic, like tweening everywhere.
Oh, gross.
Is anyone else surprised Newgrounds still exists as a company?
Yes. It must
like,
cost nothing.
Yeah, it really must. I mean,
I'm not surprised because there's still a reasonable like pedigree of quality to what they have there.
Actually, I can't be that surprised because The Escapist still exists as a company.
Yeah, that's true.
Also
The
known as
Escapist
Yahtzee
exists as a
Incorporated.
company because of one person.
Who even owns The Escapist? Is The Escapist run by Yahtzee, or is he just like... Are they just like holding
he's a
on to
contractor
him?
just like literally every other one person that was on it. It's just he's their favorite.
I have a sniper rifle machine gun.
I used to go when I was in college. I would log on to The Escapist. And I would watch fucking Zero Punctuation, Jimquisition, Movie Bob, Unskippable, the girl that did the was it Lindsay May Muses or something like that, and Miracle of Sound, and Game Dogs, and Duralis and Associates. Like it was like 10 shows.
And all those people have spun off to do their own things, except for Yahtzee.
Fucking dead. Yeah, everyone spun off.
I literally saw a video of Yahtzee playing Dark Souls with his girlfriend, and I was just like, wow, there is nobody else on The Escapist, is there?
There was an issue, they just weren't paying any of them.
Yeah,
no, they weren't.
They had a point where they weren't paying their own employees at some point.
Yeah,
there was a controversy
on...
where there was a thing where extra credits. They needed to pay for a surgery for their artists so they could keep doing their show, and so they did like a GoFundMe or Kickstarter or whatever the hell to fix that. And then Escape was trying to take all their money from the surgery thing. It's like, what's wrong with you?
Wow.
They're like, you're fundraising from our audience, and it's like, we are entitled to that money. It's like, they're trying to fix their artist's wrist. What's wrong with you? But they were just that money grubby all the time. I stopped paying attention to The Escapist as a website because I used to listen to their podcast, and around the time Xbox One was all like, we're going to get rid of used games, they were like being like almost like distressingly corporate apologist about everything Microsoft would ever say, and I'm like, oh, I don't think I like these people actually.
I know they hired Mari for like all of a month to do.
Oh yeah.
They like brought her on
for a brief moment. Geek Remix was like one of the 3 shows they had because they lost.
They were like trying
to do right. I remember that now.
They were trying to do like some kind of big revival or something, and then proceeded to axe everybody. And it's just like, well, all right. I guess they were so desperate.
The last time I looked at their website, they had 3 shows by Yahtzee on their front page: Zero Punctuation, Extra Punctuation, and Judging by the Cover. And then there's somebody who keeps writing news very sparsely in like top 11 lists and crap. And the most recent one was top 11 Yahtzee video, Zero Punctuation videos you should have seen. So it was 3 shows by Yahtzee and then a top 11 about Yahtzee. It was their entire front page. And I'm like, this is how far they fall.
One thing I like about Yahtzee is comparing his Zero Punctuation to everything else he does.
Yeah, because he's really
like,
chill.
He's like, hello, I'm Yahtzee.
Yeah,
whereas in Zero Punctuation, he's like, hello, I'm Yahtzee.
He talks so slowly in the old like Let's Drown Out videos they used to do.
Yeah,
it's just his friend and him just hanging out.
He actually speaks very slowly when he's not
yeah.
like
he's very deliberate,
incredibly fast. Yeah.
Until he's the Scat Man.
I actually rather appreciate the dragon models in this game. Like, I think they're rather cool looking.
They are cool looking. They don't fit the art style of this game though, and it bothers the shit out of me.
I think it's one of those.
Even remotely.
Yeah, it doesn't. It actually
that
part doesn't bother me. Yeah, I like the fact that this game is just a dumb hodgepodge of whatever the hell they feel like.
This is as dumb as that scene where in Aragon where Saphira flies into the sky and then instantly ages like 30 years and can breathe fire. In a flash of light.
Did they do that in the books? I honestly don't remember.
No.
Yeah.
It was offensive. I cite Aragon as the exact moment where I got cynical about movies and started like saying negative things about them ever. Because before, I don't remember ever doing it before, like reviewing stuff.
Well,
or,
that's
like,
because
thinking
Aragon
bad
ripped
things.
people's childhoods apart.
It was such a bad movie.
I think Golden Compass was my moment for that, because Golden Compass
Movies were also horrible.
Did they do more than one?
No.
No.
They planned
They planned to.
Just like how they planned to do more series of unfortunate events movies. Although that wasn't that bad of a movie, I don't think. I think it just did terribly.
Yeah, well,
I think just no one watched it.
It traumatized kids.
That's
Like,
the point.
I actually met Lemony Snicket, and one of my classmates punched him.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he like did a reading of one of his books, like a chapter or something like that, and it was apparently so traumatic. One of the kids got up, and he was like sitting in the front row or whatever, marched up to him and punched him in the knee, and I was just like, well, all right.
Oh, like a little kid, like
Yeah,
I was gonna say. Oh, okay.
I thought you were talking about like a fucking.
No,
I thought
no.
like a 17-year-old. Like,
I was a
talked it
kid
off.
once. I am allowed to have a childhood here.
I seriously thought you were.
But there's a
like this
severity
happened like a
difference in
year
that.
ago.
The implications have different implications.
Sorry,
The implications have different implications.
I figured it would be
well
ob-
put
The
there.
scenarios have different implications or whatever. The
I
implications,
fig-
different scenario, something. You implied different scenarios.
At this point, you guys are like my only friends, and I can't imagine any of you guys would punch a random, well-known author, no matter how like reclusive he's supposed to be. He was doing that like bullshit thing where he's like, "I'm just the messenger for Lemony Snicket," and I was like, "No, you're not. You're just Lemony Snicket." And he was like actively like trying to convince everybody that he was like not this
Ow.
author. And it's like,
Uh-oh.
What? What's happening?
Being chewed on.
Oh, okay. Well, who
Yeah,
can?
the
Ah,
dragons-
Jesus!
the dragons will bite you.
Yeah, they do eventually grab
I'm
you.
not Birdcatcher. I'm just a liaison between this mortal realm and the realm of Birdcatcher.
Of the
I mean,
bud catchers.
I think we should really I think if we ever have like a panel at a con, we should like try and do a switcheroo just to be like
I
Just a lie
pretend
about
to
it.
be.
Lie about
just-
who or something?
no, just to be
Yeah,
like
how would we pull this off? Our
infuriating.
voices don't.
No,
match
no,
each
just to
other's.
be infuriating. Like whenever anybody asks me a question, Bird feels
I'm
it.
like, I'll answer this one on behalf of Wanderbot.
Oh no.
I don't know.
Thanks, Bird.
It's like, hey Wander, what's your middle name? I'll answer this one.
not a
don't know.
goddamn clue.
Next
You're like,
question.
you're like the guy that raises his hand immediately in class.
But yeah, they did actually make a series of unfortunate events miniseries, which
Yeah,
apparently
that's
is
on
quite good.
that's on Netflix with Neil Patrick Harris.
I've heard good things about that.
So Aragon, you could talk about for like hours about how fucked that movie is, but what really summarizes it more than anything is that the movie itself, the entire movie is about slowly raising a dragon from childhood to adulthood, and like it ends with like the climax of like, wow,
yeah,
it
it's
can
how you
breathe
raise your
fire
dragon.
now.
Yeah.
And in the movie,
Wow, the dragons actually.
they're
look
like,
really
we're
cool
gonna leave my
so far.
village now, I guess. So then Saphira flies into the sky and instantly ages into an adult in a flash of light.
so the whole plot of the book is gone.
Skipping the entire plot of the book, basically.
Yeah, for convenience sake.
The
Kids
best
aren't
part
going to
about-
want to watch a story about coming of age. Nah, they're more interested in.
Lord of the Rings. Gotta ape that shit as hard as we can. It's popular
There's also
right
a
now.
whole thing where like, there's a mentor character who dies because the game is a blatant like the book itself is like a blatant like rip
yeah.
off of Star Wars' entire story in really obvious
It was
ways.
written by a 15-year-old.
Yeah, so like it literally is Star Wars for large chunks of it, all the way down to like having an Obi-Wan figure and everything. But like in this one, you pick like the Obi-Wan figure dies because he just gets savaged by bad guys at one point, and then later on, when he's alone and journeying, Aragon comes up across a completely different character to journey with eventually. In the movie, that the mentor character just disappears for like half an hour, and then later, when he's with the other dude, he jumps out from behind a wall unannounced in a location he should have never been in the first place, and just like takes a bullet for this guy he's never met, and like is like
He's their
sacrifices
Secret
himself.
Service.
Yeah, he just like he's like the Secret Service popping out from behind a wall to sacrifice himself for a character he's never met and never met in the books either, and like and also didn't explain how he got there or knew how he was there, and like it was like as if like it'd be like as if in Lord of the Rings, like Gollum's like, I'm gonna get the ring from you, Frodo, at the end, and like fucking Aragorn jumps out and intercepts, and it's like, how did you get here?
Aragorn, not Aragon.
Oh, yeah, that's an unfortunate choice.
Yeah. I got real confused. I was like, wait, he crossed the like he crossed books.
Crossed the threshold between universes.
He fanfictioned so hard he showed up in the source material.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh.
Oh no. No, you can't let this happen. That's terrifying.
Yeah, we must let this idea die here.
Yeah, before it becomes Doctor Who. Oh, wait.
Yeah. Oh.
Because Doctor Who is essentially fanfiction because it's written by people that grew up watching it. Because it's so old.
It's kind of like what happened to The Simpsons. It's written by people that were fans of it growing up as children. But they're so bad at writing Simpsons jokes.
Oh. Simpsons did it. Including all the bad parts of the career. Simpsons did it for so long that they can say it about themselves now.